Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Rich Life. We've had a pretty good week over here, starting with our Valentine's Day chocolates video, which pretty much solidified the fact that Riley is the star of this show, right? I was featured on an interior design website as one of 28 Black tastemakers for Black History Month, so I'll make sure I include the link to that below. And I was the top post for the hashtag Essence Beauty one day this week on Instagram, which is huge for me because Essence Magazine is on my vision board, my wish list, my bucket list, all of the above. So I'm totally speaking that into existence today with all of you as my witnesses. But today I don't want to talk about pretty Instagram photos. I don't want to talk about highlight reels of life. What I want to talk about is the behind the scenes grind. All right, because part of living a rich life, part of living the rich life is appreciating every step of your journey and every experience that it brings, whether good or bad. And so what I've been hearing from you guys is that many of you started your vision boards last year. You finished them actually, and you put all these great things on them. But here we are 2 months into the new year and you haven't gotten started because you're feeling stuck. So today I want to share with you my best tips for things that I've done throughout my life when I felt stuck. And I hope that they will help you get unstuck too. Tip number one, focus on what you do have, not what you don't. Perfect example. When I started Bambini Wear, I spent all of my budget on my first production run. I had nothing left for a professional photo shoot. But what I did have was a cute baby and a point and shoot camera. So we went right upstairs to my bedroom. We put a white comforter over the bed, Riley in front, and we went to work with what we had. And you know what? No one ever knew. And it turned out so well, in fact, that I still keep that first cover photo on my business card to remind me of how much we were able to do when I felt like we had so little. So if I can do it, so can you. Focus on what you do have, not what you don't, and you take that and run as far as you can with it. Tip number two, surround yourself by people who make you better. Not people who are always going to say yes, and definitely not people who are always going to say no, but people who will challenge you to be the best version of yourself. In my own life, I can tell you that one of the main reasons I even have this show is I had 3 friends come to me at different times and say, Richie, I know you've been blogging, but I really think you should try a video series. And although I had been toying around with that for years in my mind, it really took people I trusted, people who I knew their stuff, to tell me that, to push me into the direction I needed to go in. All right. So if I have friends like that in my life, people like that who can support me, those are the kinds of people you need to. Tip number 3. Don't compare yourself to other people. I know how hard this can be in the age of social media, but try as hard as you can to resist, because there will always be people who are better than you, always be people who have more of this than you do. And at the same time, there will always be people who are not as good as you and who don't have as much as you do. So the best thing you can do is focus on you, do you, run your race. And the only person you should ever be competing with is the version of yourself you were yesterday. Tip number 4, read as much as you can and soak up as much knowledge as you can from people who are already at the top of their industries. This is exactly what I did with Martha Stewart. I made her my virtual mentor, and eventually that led me to a partnership with Martha Stewart Living Omni Media. So if I can do that, so can you. Tip number 5, drown out the noise and the distractions in your life. Anything that isn't actively contributing to you moving toward your goals is not something that needs to be present in your everyday world. And at the same time, keep your eyes on the prize. Put your goals, your dreams, your vision board in front of you so that when you're feeling discouraged, you have those things there to remind you of why you need to keep pushing. So if you've been feeling stuck, I hope these tips help you get unstuck. And I hope that you will keep me abreast of all of your progress. I love hearing your success stories. And also, if you have any questions, just feel free to send them my way. And make sure you subscribe to The Rich Life too, so that you can stay up to date with all of the latest. Until next time, take care, everybody.